I need another. I need a +1 studded armor, leather armor as well.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. Regular leather, studded leather.
+1 studded.
Okay.
An excellent choice, huh?
+1 studded, 3,500 gold pieces.
I'll hand over 350 plat.
What else can we get for you today?
I'm looking for a couple of shield scrolls. You have like a few shield scrolls you can spare?
I suppose we can. Let's see. Field spell scroll will run you 100 gold pieces each.
I'll hand over 30 plat.
Yeah, you should probably get a fresh bag of holding too. That other one's probably worn out by now.
You planning to give that back?
I mean, sure, but I mean, it would have been all disappeared if it hadn't have been for my quick thinking.
Wouldn't have had it to begin with if I didn't buy the bag of holding.
That's right. But no, that's something that can be transferred over to his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Transfer that back. All right. 3 shield scrolls. What about a boots of Elvenkind or a cloak of Elvenkind? Or both if you got both.
Always make sure to check for attunements too.
That would be 3 for 3 if I got it, because my dagger needs attunement. The armor does not need attunement.
No.
And after I buy these, I'm just going to spend however long I need to attune them. I'm just going to pop them as attuned.
Mm-hmm.
I get them.
They do have a cloak of Elvenkind.
I got the cloak, but not the boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I paid for them to look for anyway. How much is it?
They will let that one go for 1,000 gold.
I'll hand over 100 plat.
Anything else, good sir?
Have you managed to find a broom of flying?
Let me go take a look in the back.
I bet you he has a broom of sweeping.
Yeah, I'm sure this one will fly. Just throw it hard enough, somebody on top of it, it'll fly a little bit.
He does come out with the broom. Alright, let's see if this one works. Last two we got, they were defective. He holds it out at arm's length and drops it.
Does
No.
it just fall? Does it just drop to the ground? Or does it actually float there?
It does fall to the ground, and after a moment he's like, oh, right, they need a command word. What was the word?
Your mama.
What about my mother?
That was a command word. Your mama.
I'll tell her you said hi tonight. You don't tell me that word.
What do you... I mean, if you want it as is without the word, you can have it.
But then tell me that word, or I won't take it. As far as I know, it's a defective product.
Or just a regular broom.
I'd be a defective flying broom nonetheless.
Okay, let me look through my notes here. I think I got the command word somewhere. He flips through his notebook. Ah, here it is. The command word. Whoever enchanted this was real creative with it. He made it the command word for this broom of flying, Alakazam.
Does it get up and fly?
Zoom zoom.
Yeah, as soon as he says it, the broom lifts up and starts hovering in front of you.
And how much for this broom?
Well, this was a tricky one to track down. It's going to be 2,000 gold piece.
And over 200 plat. Does that require attunement? Since it's just a magic word, I assumed the guy didn't attune to it. He got it to fly.
It does not appear to require attunement.
Alright, that means I gotta find another item that I want that I can attune to. No reason not to spend money on it.
You should get a ring of spell storing. That can be very handy.
It could be. How does that work?
Especially
Ring
if
store
you-
spell cast into it, holding them until the wearer uses them. So I just
Mhm.
basically put them into there and then they sit there until I cast it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and if you make nice with like a local mage in the Thieves Guild, have them loaded up with like nothing but shield spells that you can just use on a reaction.
That's why I got scrolls.
Can't use the scroll as a reaction.
It says it's a reaction still. You don't know how fast I can pull that scroll out and read it off.
Like a magician, you've got it up your sleeve the whole time.
Exactly. Instead of a hidden blade, I got a hidden scroll. It's just a shield scroll up my sleeve every time I'm in fight. You should never see it. I'm a little sad about the boots. What else can we get?
I mean, I suppose you could use the shield scrolls and cast them into the ring of spell storing, and then they could be used as a reaction.
This sounds redundant. 'Cause they can be used as a reaction as the scroll. The scrolls
Really?
specifically say, yeah, the scrolls require the spell's normal casting time. If normal casting time is a bonus action, then... Or a reaction.
Oh, these look cool. You got any winged boots? I'm just looking at the magic shop. Like all the items are like, what might exist for magic items? What about winged boots?
You just
That looks like that'd
bought
be pretty sick.
a broom of flying and now you need winged boots?
You don't know my life.
You're right, I don't. 5,000
My money
gold.
not good enough for you?
You know what? You're right. We do have some of those. 5,000 gold just for you.
I'll think about it. I'm a little bit upset about your tone, though. I ain't happy with it, so I'm not committing to it yet. You don't give shit to your customers like that. What do I want? What else can I want?
Well, fortunately, I don't work for you. I work for the guild as well, so we're less, a customer seller relationship, more co-workers sort of thing here. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk to you how I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah, the customer's not always right here. Sometimes the customer's an ass.
In fact, it's
Only
usually
if-
the case.
Only if the shop owner's an ass first.
Lucky for me, I don't own this place. I just work here.
And you win me with that one, I guess.
Well, what else can I interest you in?
Hmm.
Potions are always an option.
I did lose all my potions. Those were magical items. How much are potions of greater healing?
Greater healing, I believe, are 250.
I'll buy 4 for 100 plat.
And there's potions of speed. Those might be handy.
Alright, you have potions of healing.
I bet you they still have those potions of burning anus too.
Oh yeah.
Now, I think they make them out of habaneros or something.
Huh. Hmm.
Oh, anything else tickle your fancy?
Not at this time, no. I'm still kind of trying to
Hmm.
decide.
You know where
Maybe
to
you should
find
get a
us.
fancy tickler. I hear it's popular with the ladies.
He elbows you a little bit. Ah, what do you say?
Wait, to what?
A fancy tickler.
Fancy tickler?
I'm sure they've got like a +1, +2, something.
Does it tickle my fancy though?
Oh, absolutely. Nothing else you've had.
But mostly, I think you would want to use it on ladies. Not judging, just saying.
Hmm. I think I'll hold off for now. Maybe I'll keep tabs to see if the boots of elven kind come in every once in a while. That's what I want more so.
Oh, I actually do have an item that I would like to see if they have available.
Mm-hmm.
A pair of +1 daggers, or better, depending on what they have.
Yeah, that could certainly be done.
So yeah, I mean, I've got a pair of mundane daggers and a mundane crossbow that I would kind of like to replace.
Yeah. Um, +1 daggers are gonna be 2,000 apiece.
Okay.
A +2 is gonna be 6,000. Um, pro-
Okay, so 400 platinum. I'll get a pair of +1s.
okay.
And what do they have for crossbows by chance, if anything?
Yeah. Specific size of crossbow you're looking for?
Oh, light.
they've got light crossbows +1 and +2, same price as the daggers.
Ooh. Well, in that case, I think I will. I think I will get the +2.
Oh, alright. 6,000 gold.
Yes, I'm trying to adjust my gold here right now. There we go. That should knock 1,000 plat off total.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me being all fancy schmancy now.
This is. Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure to equip those. There we go.
Alright, any other shopping? Anything from you, Nix?
Mm, not right now.
Okay.
There's one job that's on the board, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have a hard pass on that one.
A naval salvage captain has recently uncovered a rare artifact and is showing it at the local museum before selling it. I want it for my own collection.
Yeah, that's not the issue. It's the sentence right after that. Small window of a few hours between when the item will be placed in the museum and powerful glyphs are put into place to protect the item. It's only a
Okay.
few hour window. So, I mean, if it's going to have that kind of a gap, they would be stupid not to have it heavily guarded.
I mean, that's fair.
That's going to take a lot of trickery to be able to get it and get out.
They're also paying quite heftily for it, so it must be something very valuable already with what they're doing to protect it and what he's willing to pay for it.
True. Although, I mean, I suppose technically, depending on the layout, I could shadow slip. Shadow slip, get inside, get into a position, drop out of it, grab the item, shadow slip again. Really possible. Incredibly hard to detect.
Might make it relatively simple, all things considered.
True. I don't know, however, if someone would be able to uh, detect the presence while you are shadow slipped. That's the player, not the character. I'm sure the character is well versed in his own magical abilities.
I mean, you're not invisible. It gives you a +10 to your stealth checks, but
Yeah, because basically it makes you part of your shadow.
mm-hmm.
which basically makes you, well, pretty much a two-dimensional thing.
Right.
So somebody who had the ability of detect invisible would still not be able to see me. They would have to be able to make a perception check against myself.
Right.
That would put a damper on anybody who was magically capable. Would there be any other magical forms of scrying that would be able to detect such an individual? Especially since I have the amulet of proof against detection and location.
That's a good question. If they've got a simple detect magic spell up, they would probably detect something, though they might be confused at what they're detecting.
Ooh, that's a really good point. Yeah, because I would light up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. But that's only if they've got detect magic up and running.
Yeah. If they had that up and running, then I would look almost like a character lit up by fairy fire.
It'd be the opposite of a shadow at that point.
Right? It's just, hey, what is that shadow over there glowing bright purple? What shadow? What are you talking about, Bob? Just saying, there's a shadow over there that is detecting magic. So, okay. In theory, maybe it is a doable job. We should look into the details.
It'd probably be best to do that.
And if nothing else, I'm sure we could come up with a simple ploy. Yes, let's take a look at where this thing is going to be placed prior to the whole museum and under wraps and such.
Okay. Let's see. So, you guys head over to the museum where it'll be put in at to go about the place.
Okay, so this is where it'll be on display before.
Once it's too late, it'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got to be stored somewhere here before then.
Oh, hi, welcome to the museum. 2 copper pieces for entry, please.
I'll hand over a silver and just call it good.
Thank you for your kind donation. Oh, no pets inside.
That's
He's
not
a
a pet. That's
therapy
a
pet.
yeah, it's a service animal. It helps her to be able to reach things that are on high shelves.
I don't think you'll need to be reaching stuff while you're in here.
Why did you say that? He doesn't do that. No,
does.
he helps me not be sad.
What about the
And
gift shop?
yeah,
Look, your friends seem more than capable of grabbing things for you if you need
He
to grab.
doesn't do that. I don't know why my friend said that. He is a therapy animal. He helps me not be sad and
Kildos
anxious.
is just going to point over towards her and mouth to the person. She's really sensitive about her height.
Give me a persuasion roll.
If he breaks anything, I'll pay for it, okay?
This guy's willing to pay 50,000 gold for an artifact here. That shit can get expensive.
Yeah, this
He's not
is
gonna
a
break.
museum. You can't just buy replacements of many of the
My
things.
point is, he's not gonna break anything. He's not gonna poop on the floor. He doesn't do that.
Well, I didn't think he was going to do that, but now that you said something, I think he will.
Well, why wouldn't he be allowed in here then?
He's going to poop on the floor.
Fine. I'll let him in, but he must be on his absolute best behavior. So much as a misstep, and we will have to remove him.
Yes,
You have our absolute word.
he's a good boy.
Okay. Well, enjoy.
All right, so
Go break everything and run.
the question
Poop on the
that
floor.
the
Leave.
question that I have is the artifact, is it supposed to be somewhere else for a period of time and then brought to here? Or is it going to be held somewhere here before it gets put on display? That's, I think, the part where I'm confused.
It will be somewhere else and brought here.
Okay, the somewhere else would probably be the place for us to make the snatch and go. That's
Might be
my
right.
thought. Unless that location is unknown.
Like, is it saying that it's going to be here for a few hours before it's put on display?
Right, yeah, so
Like, it's somewhere else now. It'll be in the museum for a few hours before it goes on display, and then when it's on display, we're basically fucked.
right, and there will be a small window where it's on display before they've got the magic in place to protect it.
Okay.
The job listing did not specify where the item was being held at this moment. But
Wow.
that could probably be discovered if you investigate enough.
Well, that
Alright.
would definitely be something that we would want to find out.
I've got my headset on. I'm going to go give Walter some food. I'll be right back.
All right, we could call it a quick break if you don't mind.
Yeah, we'll take 5.
Like I said, I could hear if you need to do that still. I got to get food for him.
Well, I could use a bit of water myself, so perfect timing.
Alright, so you guys are inside of the museum.
Where did Kildos get off to?
You wander down this.
Yeah, Kildos is basically wandering around, pretending to kind of, admire all the stuff. But primarily his job is to case the joint and look to see where it might be a logical location for them to store stuff, or where it would be a logical location for them to put it on display.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could also look. Is there anything that says artifact coming soon and name the artifact in question?
Ooh, that's a good point.
I feel like a museum would have that in all fairness.
Um,
If they're bringing in an artifact worth tens of thousands of gold,
Possibly hundreds of thousands.
yeah, possibly hundreds of thousands, They probably have a coming soon thing, I feel like. Or a spot designated for it.
You don't see one in either of the rooms you've looked in. Shelves and displays seem full and fully labeled.
So I guess it could be either replacing it or there might be another room. What is the artifact anyway? I assume they described it a good bit, that we know what we're looking for.
No, they were actually a little bit vague on the item itself.
Then how do we? They could always fucking claim we didn't get it. I mean, I guess what was the description we got of it anyway?
Ooh, what a lovely location.
Just that, it was being delivered and, by a certain salvage captain.
So we know the who, we
Mhm.
know the when.
Right.
How many days away before it gets transferred, roughly?
Um,
When is it getting transferred? I should say.
it would probably be like 2 days from present, so 48 hours.
And currently, a salvage captain has it.
Yes.
We should speak to salvage captain after we get a lay of this area. I believe in a former life, one of my characters fought one of these.
Hmm.
Oh, I see you hovering over my icon. I don't like what you're doing there. Stop it.
Hover wherever I please.
I don't like it.
Leaving you behind, Nix.
Where'd you go?
He
Up
went.
the stairs.
Exploring, I'm looking for any place that looks
Where's
like it
the
might be
stairs?
where it's gonna get put, or like anything that says coming soon. Or it's like, empty. That looks like it's very clearly marked for something.
You're all looking around here. Don't see anything that stands out yet.
Don't even see a storage facility in this place, so it has to be a separate building.
There are two, I guess there's a little hut in the bottom left, it looks like. And bottom left, bottom right might have little isolated separate huts. Could be worth checking out this huts in the bottom left, bottom right.
Agreed.
Could be either a storage facility. Oh,
Hero, you finally find a coming soon. Here.
it's about damn time.
Yeah, the only one you've seen, but the coming soon sign nonetheless.
Get all the information off of it that you can.
Yeah, so does it say what the artifact's name is? Have a picture of it by chance?
I mean, no picture. I mean, it didn't have the ability to take those yet.
I could have painted a picture of it.
That's right. Could be an artist rendition.
No,
Either way, what's the description of it?
they haven't had time to commission a painting or artist rendition of it. Um, uh, t- t- it says, coming soon. Uh, the, uh, the Lamp of Ishal.
The Lamp of Ishal.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll jot the name down, the location, and I'll look it up. So are there all? I'm guessing everything here is probably secured by some sort of magic.
Yeah, there are things like glyphs on a lot, especially the more valuable items. But they seem to be specific to each item, so it's the kind of thing where once the item's in place, you'll have to have someone come out and add the glyphs.
I see.
But you can't trust that these are all actually magical when they could be illusionary. You should totally detect magic in there.
I didn't buy any of those scrolls.
I was just saying that for the humor factor of watching you go instantaneously blind
Get
as
flashbanged.
as pretty much everything goes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after we do this little tour here of the museum, my thought would be that we go talk to the captain, preferably at like one of his favorite drinking establishments.
I mean, we'd have to figure out which one it is. It just says the salvage captain.
It didn't name him.
It did not.
A naval salvage captain has recently uncovered a rare artifact.
Well, that would probably be the talk of the shipyard.
I mean, it's possible. It probably is.
Oh, it's
Somebody's
just
got
like
to know
a
about it.
little cafeteria area.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Let's see what they have at the smorgasbord.
They've got a fine assortment of cheeses and breads and pastries. Some
Nice.
fruit and stuff as well. It's nice little snacking stuff.
Well, in that case, I will fix myself up a plate. Does it look like these might be the museum workers? Or
Huh?
do these look like patrons that are visiting?
A mixture of both, maybe more patrons than staff, but
Hmm.
you find some of both there for sure.
Unfortunately, I don't see anybody sitting alone. So Kildos cannot use his special magical ability known as brown nosing. It's a very, very powerful ability.
Walking up, I'm going to go into the storage room real quick. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yo.
hear you.
Hey, sorry. Been a busy ass fucking day.
I heard
That
you had
happens.
a wardrobe malfunction of sorts.
Yeah, they robbing me out here. I gotta go find my stuff.
Shit.
They're gonna call me whenever they find it, but I'm like, dude, that's they're not like expensive. They're not cheap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's enough that it's an inconvenience, but not enough to like stir up a lot of shit over.
Yeah, definitely does not make my life very disappointing, but oh well. It's, worse things have happened for sure.
Fair
Mm-hmm.
enough.
But anyways, I'm on mobile for right now, so I'll be participating with just my corporeal form. I won't be able to do any clicking.
That is
Well,
fine. We can manage that from this end.
at the moment,
Sweet.
we are doing some background on a new potential assignment.
Okay, cool. How'd the
There
last assignment turn out? Which one was that we were working on? Weren't we scouting?
Um, we were supposed to go and gather special mushrooms.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We went down in the cave.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Saw that big guy. How'd that work out?
You know, it turned out to be a non-sanctioned assignment.
I
Really
mean, we didn't really
interesting.
succeed on the assignment per se, but
Well, actually, I feel like we did succeed.
I would argue
Just
the
not,
drug dealers
not.
would say no.
Well, yeah, I was going to say just not in the way that the drug dealers would have wanted it.
Technically, they're the ones who had the job requested, so according to the job, we would have failed it. However, it probably ended up better than if we tried to do the job.
But basically, the guild didn't approve the job, is what I'm hearing.
Correct. It was not sanctioned through the guild.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, in other
Interesting.
words, somebody basically snuck in and slipped it up onto the board.
Yeah, hoping to
In the
basically
hope
make some cash.
either that or they were hoping to give the guild a black eye because what they wanted was basically for us to wipe out an entire myconoid colony.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that being the main reason why we didn't just attack in the first place and try to get the stuff. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
well, I'm glad we found that out. Good to know.
Mhm.
Gonna have to vet these jobs a bit more before we just go barging into places.
And we're just doing our job.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, after searching the grounds thoroughly, not finding a damn thing on his own, Kildos is going to head out to the front of the museum, hang out with Semi, and maybe share some tobacco, have a pipe.
Mhm.
Once you leave the cafeteria area, I'll start following.
Nix, are you following as well, or are you hanging out in the cafeteria still waiting for something to happen?
Come.
So I'll just share the info that I found of yeah, it looks like it's the I see an artifact coming soon spotted on the upper floor, the lamp of Ishal.
A lamp, you say?
That's what it said, and I didn't see anything else over the whole museum saying coming soon. Figure that's gotta be what he's looking for.
Hmm. Well, that is rather interesting. A lamp can be many things.
Yes. However, it also does narrow it down quite a bit for a museum of this size.
True. I feel then that we have two things that we need to do. One is find that sea captain and talk to him, preferably when he's in his cups. Two, I think we need to do some research on this lamp.
I could go see what I could uncover with that. Maybe we've got some information back at the Underhand about it.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Get lost.
Yep.
Straight walk.
He was playing on the stairs.
Couldn't tell if I was upstairs or downstairs.
You can go up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, if you all wish, I could go see about the captain. You could find out about the lamp of Ishal.
Yeah, I'll head to the Underhand and start there.
All right.
And perhaps Nyx and Semi could do some underworld research. You know, if something rare like that comes into port and they have a secure location for it, there's going to be loose lips somewhere who's going to be willing to talk about it.
may I inquire as to what item we are looking for?
What was it? You kind of your mic kind of trailed off a bit.
Oh, I just was wondering what item we're looking for right now.
The lamp of Ishal.
The lamp
Yeah.
of Dayshal. Okay, all right.
Ishal.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
Not-
Seashell.
It's ISHAL.
ISHAL. All right.
Yeah.
Ishal. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, we're currently, the job requesting it is to get it before it gets put up in the museum, and it has powerful glyphs set on to protect the item. They're paying 50,000 gold and 10,000 experience each, and it's set to move in 2 days.
Okay. And do we know if it's coming by land or sea at all, or no?
A naval salvage captain is one that uncovered the artifact, and they're showing it to the museum before selling it.
Aha.
The guy
okay.
paying it just wants it for his own collection, so he told us there's a window of a few hours when the item will be in the museum, but not without the protection.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah, it sounds to me like we have some good plans as far as who's doing what. Next, is there like a particular group of individuals that you could think of about maybe talking to and maybe greasing some palms?
Could go around and see.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I'll go do some investigation at the Underhand, talk to the information center, start there.
Okay. So you head back.
I'll head to the information area and I'll go and ask them, do you have any information on the Lamp of Ishal?
It sounds like the lamp belonging to the individual named Ishal.
That's what I was able to understand too. Would you happen to have any more information on it?
Oh, right.
Believed to be an old artifact.
Let me see here. He flips open a book. Yeah,
Curious if it is simply a rare item or if it might have magical properties as well.
I don't have anything on this specific lamp, but I do have noted here on who Ishal is. It is a powerful genie.
That's what I figured.
Yep, I was leaning towards that myself.
That was the only thing that honestly made sense for why they were willing to pay so much for it. Once I heard it was a lamp. Do you happen to have any descriptions of what their lamp might have looked like, or just that it belonged to a genie?
Well, these lamps, despite the power contained within, are usually pretty simple looking. That's pretty standard, copper or brass oil lamp.
Usually in need of a good rubbing.
Exactly. A little bit of a patina on it.
Okay. Do we have any idea where the last time it was spotted was?
No, because they only have information about who Ishal is,
Mm-hmm.
not about the lamp.
Fair point. Either way, I think that gives me a good amount of information. Thank you.
I think that gives you all the information.
Of course.
Yeah, that pretty much says what expected.
That'll be 10 gold for services rendered.
Wait, do these normally cost gold?
Yes, we do normally cost gold.
Alright, I'll hand over a plat.
Thank you. Alright, so we'll hop over to Kildos.
Yes. I will be being discreet, but asking around about the big find and, you know, trying to get information about, who found it and all that.
Yeah, give me let's say an investigation check to find the right people to ask the right questions to.
Ugh.
Who the fuck knows what this lamp is?
Yeah, like the first person you go ask, like, I think there are lamp merchants in town. You can get the lamp from them if you're looking for a lamp.
I'll ask around. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I will continue to do some investigation.
Okay, you spend quite.
This time I get propositioned.
I don't know. What does it mean to you to find out?
Exactly what lamp are you wanting rubbed?
Yikes.
Yeah, that's a yikes from me, dog.
I don't rub the lamps of your type. Find somebody else.
Man,
You can pay me enough to rub your lamp.
I may be out here all day.
All I can imagine is, hey, you ever heard of the lamp of Isha? You got a name tag with Isha on your shirt.
So after several hours of the majority of the afternoon wandering around the docks, you finally find someone who seems both knowledgeable, or at least somewhat informed, and willing to talk.
This may turn out to be good luck after all.
Yeah. Yeah,
So basically, yeah, I'm basically going to be interacting with them, basically saying that, heard rumors about this incredible find that this sea captain has brought in from the depths, and would love to actually be able to talk to the man and, shake his hand and actually buy him a drink.
I'm sure you and quite a few other people would. I hear they're having a thing at the museum in a couple days when it comes in.
Well, I heard something very similar. And I'm going to drop 10 gold into his hand. But I would really like to be able to get the scoop on this story. Not that I write for any paper or anything.
Oh, of course not.
But, being able to get an in-person interview before anybody else would actually be rather useful.
I can see why that might be useful. You might be able to catch him when he arrives in port tomorrow evening. Yeah. Captain Crocco, I believe it is. The one you're looking for.
Do you know which tavern he tends to fancy?
Can't say I do. Sorry.
Fair enough. I greatly appreciate your time.
Of course. I thank you for your resources.
Of course. And with that, I think Kildos will head back with his well-earned information.
Okay. Nix, are you wanting to do anything particular?
I was just investigating around to see what I could find out.
Okay. There's some specific sort of information you're looking for, or specific sort of thing you're asking for.
Just if anybody knew anything of the artifact.
Okay. You do go asking around a bit. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot amongst any of your contacts. You basically get the same sort of information that Kildos was able to get.
Okay.
I would Samuel be assisting her with that, but also like keeping the ear to the ground for any information on the captain specifically, or possibly like where he might send it to, if he's bringing it over himself, or if there's another ship bringing it in, something like that. Just trying to get names and places.
Yeah, as far as those sorts of details, information seems pretty sparse still. It seems the only information that's made to shore is that there's an item coming in and approximately when it will be there.
Gotcha.
Oh, that reminds me. What is Semi a former seafarer?
No, not this time.
Are there any of our characters that are?
Negatory.
Okay.
You all head back to the guild to share your informations with each other.
I'm gonna go to the shop real quick and see if I can buy another item.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Is there a ring of obscuring in stock?
Let's see.
That would be quite sick.
But yeah, they've got a ring of obscuring.
And how much will it cost me?
Those are a little bit more affordable. 500.
I will hand over a 50 plat.
Okay.
I appreciate the business.
Of course, anytime. Just don't set it off inside, please.
Do not worry, I will set it off only when I'm ready.
Kildos will share with the party the information that he found, the captain's name, his ship, and when he will be coming into port.
Alright. Do you think it's best to go for it before it goes into transit, during transit, or once it's in the museum? We have a few options depending how we want to handle this.
We might have a few more options, depending.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking if we can start having conversations with the captain and, get a bit chummy, depending on what he says, will, of course, dictate our actions. But if, for example, he does not seem sure as to where he's going to keep it safe until it gets transported to the museum, it's possible we could offer the Thieves Guild services.
Would that not possibly drag our name through the mud?
Possibly. Unless we explained that, we would have adequate insurance for the item, should it be stolen.
Since it's not insurance fraud now.
All I'm saying is, if we turn around and tell him that it could be insured for 10,000 gold.
Yeah, take the money and just take his item, let him give it to us, say we'll pay him 10,000 gold. If he loses it, and we'll just disappear.
Precisely.
And I suppose if you have a silver enough tongue, you might be able to pull that off. Or if he's got enough liquor in him that any tongue is a silver tongue.
Precisely. I'm hoping for both. But,
Just worried he won't believe it coming from the Thieves Guild.
well, that's the whole thing. In order to make sure to save face with the Thieves Guild, should anything bad happen, we would just simply give him 10,000 gold in compensation for the item being lost or
So
stolen.
basically just a bribe. Is what you're saying.
Literally, we will be paying the gentleman 10,000 gold to give us the item that we will get 50,000 gold for.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. But do you think it would be better to approach it as, you know, straight faced and just tell him it's a bribe for 10,000 gold, or to play the insurance card thing? Just hope that he agrees with the subtleties of the insurance group.
Well, I have a feeling that if he is willing to transport it over to the museum, that the museum's already offered him a finder's fee of some sort.
That's probably true.
Considering how much we paid to get into said museum, 2 copper a person, I'm doubting that they have very deep pockets to make a very large donation for such items. So we may be competing against anywhere from 5 to 5,000 gold.
Another thing we should probably consider is what if that lamp of a shawl is simply a fake or not really it? Who's to say that he ever got it verified or anybody can tell that it actually is? He could be bluffing through his teeth. Something to kind of ponder, especially if you're willing to put money on the line. There's a chance we may very well be throwing that gold away if it turns out to be a fake and he was just simply trying to pull one over on the museum.
You see, Hero, this is why I like you. Even when you're not coming up with ideas and you're trying to poo-poo on my ideas, you come up with brilliant ideas. So what I'm hearing you say is that there's a possibility that we could perhaps gain access to it, have a fake create it, and do a swap, no one being the wiser.
I suppose that could work. In that way, even if it turns out that the quote unquote real deal isn't even the real deal, we wouldn't be out anything. We just have to get close enough to it to swap it. If all else comes to fail, I've already got something in mind at the museum if we need to use some fast hands.
I suppose one of the other things that would be beneficial would be to have somebody authenticate it.
That would probably be a requirement in order to ensure that we got the correct item. I'm just saying, how do we know a salvage captain knows what a possible genie lamp of a shawl would look like?
It's a very good point.
He could very well just be guessing based off of a rumor he heard who knows how many decades ago.
It sounds like it will be quite the challenge for my silver tongue to guide this conversation into the correct path.
Quite. It could be done, however, it just seems like it'll be a very tricky path.
Hmm.
That's why I've got a. If we get to the museum where it's put in place before the glyphs, I think we still have a chance to use some quick hands to get it in and out.
Excellent.
But that's we'll save that for the last resort if we're not able to pull a switcheroo beforehand, or an insurance fraud scam.
Always good to have a plan A, B, C, and D.
Yep, all the way down to the last one being at the last second, but as long as it's there.
Exactly. So it sounds like we should probably get some rest, and then on the morrow, towards the evening, head down to the docks and literally wait for my ship to come in.
All right.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So you guys settle in for the night, get a nice, relaxing sleep in, and head out tomorrow to wait at the docks for the ship to arrive. You find yourselves waiting and waiting. You grab some lunch, some nice fresh fish, and wait some more.
Fish and chips, I hope.
Oh, of course. And you wait some more.
Just sitting on the dock of the bay.
It's after sundown. You start to see the some lights on the ship on the horizon.
Ah, he'll be coming in late to port.
About another hour passes as it finally docks.
As we're waiting for it to head into harbor,
Mm-hmm.
Kildos is going to take a look over at Semi. We need to change your appearance just a little.
All right.
And basically, my idea is to kind of scruffy him up just a bit so that he looks like he could pass for a dockhand.
Okay.
And tell him to get ready to help that ship.
All right. I can do that.
Okay. So the ship gets docked. And all sorts of ship hands and dock workers begin going about to do whatever it is that they do once a ship arrives.
I will be carefully keeping an eye out for the captain and shadow him.
Somebody's just gonna slip in with the rest of the workers, just grabbing like a random nearby box that maybe has something in it, maybe not. And just as a few of them are walking back up onto the docks, just try to kind of step in behind them in line and head up the ladder or the staircase that they've rolled up to get up onto the side of the ship.
Okay. Kildos, you don't seem to see the captain at the moment.
Okay.
You see the first mate being the one that seems to be running the show at the moment, out on deck.
Interesting.
Samuel will basically just try to play off like he knows what he's doing, where he's going, and try to kind of like walk into the back rooms and down under the top deck, trying to kind of listen to what the other deck crew and galley tenants are talking about, to see if I can hear any details about like either the cargo or like the captain, or where they're staying the night, maybe if they're staying in port, and kind of just trying to like catch some details while looking busy for a little bit.
Gotcha. Yeah, you hear all sorts of small talk sorts of things. Glad to be back in port for the moment. Get some fresh food. Talking about how they scored the big one.
How many women they'll sleep with at the brothel.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Samuel will kind of try to interject a little bit, maybe on whoever's tossing around some words about which brothel they're going to go to or which bar, and try to slip in wherever the nearest bar is that I know of that like we could go frequent this evening when they're there. Basically try to convince them of going to a specific bar so that way I know where they're going to go.
Oh, yeah, that place is good. I've seen this one before, but I've not walked past there.
I promise the women smell better than the fish this time, I swear.
Oh, the beats the place down the road here.
Right.
Yeah, we might have to swing by and check it out. Lots of drinking to be had tonight.
Beautiful. Where's Cappy been off to? I haven't seen him. I meant to ask him a question about something with the ducks.
He's locked away in his office. He says, first mate's running the show at the moment. See him if you've got any questions about anything.
All right. Well, yeah, maybe I'll go have a quick speak with him. There's some crates I need to know whereabouts to be put. But tell you what, your first round's on me tonight, boys, and I'll just put four copper pieces on the table for him. How about silver? Well, let's get a little rich here. Put 4 silver pieces on the counter for whoever's standing around.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll piss off and go look for the first mate.
Okay. Okay, so you find first mate up on deck, giving orders, directing people and whatnot.
Mate, I've got a question for you. I can't find the Cappy.
What? You don't need the captain right now. You have me. What can I do for you?
All right. Well, you see, there was a dockmaster up the way. Said that there's unaccounted for barrels of. Let's see here. I'll just like pretend to read something scribbled on my hand. Salt, Hanerian spices, 6 casks of mead. They're just down the dock, but he doesn't know if they're supposed to go on this ship or not. I needed to see the manifest.
What? Sure. He takes you over to a railing and he opens up a small ledger.
All right.
Let's have a look here. Doesn't look like those things belong to us. I don't know where he got that idea from.
Well, I'm gonna get reamed if I can't find where these are supposed to go. Right now, they're taking up an open slip. You mind if I just take one more closer look? and I'll kind of just ask if I can like kind of just take the book for a second and read through it.
No, look, they're not our goods. I'm sorry, but we can't take them. They're not ours.
Ah, all right, well, I suppose good day then. You know what time you'd be pushing off? You staying for a while, or are you out in the morning?
Oh, we'll be around a couple days, I think. Maybe a week.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. And then I'll tell him about the same bar slash brothel place I told the rest of the guys under deck. And then I'll kind of just bail out and pretend to kind of keep working, but keep my eyes open on stuff, and maybe see if I can figure out where the first mate keeps his ledger, if not where he just showed it to me at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as you watch him, he seems to have a satchel that he keeps it in.
The ledger, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, at some point, I'll try to find a way then during the pretending to work, or I guess at this point, just actually working and just actually moving stuff off and onto the boat. Whether it's correct or not, I don't know. At some point during the process, I'll try to find a way to slip away and pretend like I'm going to go talk to the dock master, and I'll try to tell everybody else that there's a ledger on the first mate, and the captain for some reason is locked in his office and hasn't come out the whole time that I've been on the ship.
Well, then, Semi, you've just told us precisely where he's holding the artifact.
Well, I think that could be true, but if this thing is really as powerful and special as they say it is, he might have another way off of that room. Might have another way out of his office. Could have slipped below deck out of Port Bliss onto a ship or onto a dinghy. You never know. I'm just saying it's locked and they say he's in there. It doesn't mean he actually is. I ain't seen the bloke.
It would make sense for the captain to do that.
Given the power of the artifact that he found, he could very well have just left with it.
Right. So time may be of the essence. I don't know if somebody wants to help me get in there. Try to get down to the office, but I think it might be a two-man job with all the eyes around. For now, at least.
I think perhaps if we wait for just a little while, all the deckhands are going to clear out for shore leave, and then the boat will be practically a ghost ship.
Yes, we'll wait to see if somebody leaves from the captain's office at some point. We can keep an eye out. If we don't see him leave and we see it start to thin out, we can look to make our move then.
Exactly.
All right. Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. Over the next hour or so, the deckhands finish up their work and slowly begin trickling out into the city. Leaving behind a skeleton crew to manage the ship and hold down the fort. You don't notice the captain come out at all during that time. A couple of guards posted either side of the door to his office, and the first mate does go in and out a couple of times.
Appears to be our cue.
So let's take action.
Indeed. Should I attempt to try to slip in unseen? The only reason that I'm asking is it will take a a full day of recovery for me to be able to do so a second time.
I thought the initial, or you still wanted to go with the strategy of convincing him that you're gonna provide insurance slash protection.
Well, that's going to be a little bit more tricky if we can't talk to him.
As well as it might sound a little fishy if we try to barge our way in there to do it.
True.
If he's in there, odds are just stealing it would be the easiest way to get it at this rate.
Also true.
If you were simply in a bar, then the insurance thing might work. However, if he's locked himself in a room,
So
probably
we
not so
have to be
much.
flexible.
All right, well, I'm behind you out of the way.
I suppose I could do the shadow slip and then head for the back of the ship, as that is traditionally where the captain's quarters are.
Mm-hmm.
And I could literally be able to get into there through a back window or what have you.
That'd probably be the simplest and the easiest solution.
In the interim, the rest of you could figure out different ways to create a bit of commotion, or perhaps attempt subterfuge in getting in the other direction so that we can kind of create a pincer maneuver.
Creating a bit of an incident wouldn't be too hard to do.
Perhaps we could put that on hold for perhaps a signal or something.
Yeah, I can sit on standby to wait to see if you need a little bit of help. What kind of signal are you thinking?
Hmm. Well, let me think on that. I suppose I could cast a light spell on Amulet and then toss it if need be. Seeing a 20-foot globe of white light go flying out of the ship, I think would be a fairly solid signal.
I would say so. That should be more than enough.
Or actually, I guess it's a 40-foot because it's a 20-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be 40 feet across.
Yeah. Plenty bright. Okay, well, I guess in that case, once we see that everything has pretty much died down, Kildos will cast Shadow Slip and literally scale his way across the side of the boat to the back
Okay.
and hopefully in without being seen.
Yeah, there seems to be just enough of an opening through some of the windows that haven't been shuttered that you're able to slip through.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna put on the cloak or the hood of my cloak of elven kind, get on my broom of flying, and kind of fly above the ship.
Okay.
Cause since that should keep me pretty sneaky beaky, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
They
Air
got an advantage
support.
on that. Yeah, I'm basically just goddamn it's bad rolls, but either way they have disadvantage to perceiving me. Basically just I'm air support ready to drop down and cause mayhem if I need to. While sitting
Mm-hmm.
like, maybe 30, 40 feet above the deck of the ship.
Oh, okay. And can I get a perception check as well, Hero?
Hey, we all saw that. That was supposed to be a nat 20.
Hero, as you're looking down watching them, you do see them occasionally like side-eyeing up into the sky. It seems they...
See the broom?
Yeah.
Fine, I guess I'll go up a bit higher, go off into the distance, and kind of swoop around to the side to be below the side that's facing the sea.
Okay.
I'll go camouflage around there, but I'll fly up and away first, so they kind of lose track of it in the night sky.
Right. Okay, well, that's all happening. Kildos, you have slipped into the cabin, or the captain's office. Captain sitting at his desk, feet up on the desk, a bottle of rum in hand, celebrating with a couple of other crew members there.
Ah, interesting. So, yeah, I'll take a look around and see if I happen to notice offhand where his prized possession currently is being held.
You take a look around, you don't see it anywhere. It's certainly not sitting out on the desk or anywhere obvious, at least.
Okay. Well, having the advantage of being able to slip into even a tiny crack or crevice, I should be able to peek around throughout his cabin to see if it's in here at all.
Okay. I will need a investigation check to do that.
Okay.
Especially since you've got a time limit with that, I believe. Your shadow slip. Yeah, concentration
Yeah,
up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
Okay. Um. So you go slipping around the room. Give me a stealth check as well while you're doing that.
No problem.
You get your plus 10 from being in shadow form as well.
Yes. Weakest possible roll I could get without a complete failure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still a 19.
So you start looking about the room. Looking in cabinet drawers and on shelves and whatnot, and at one point you hear one of the crewmates say, "Hey, Captain, that shadow doesn't look right. You see that?" And the captain,
Was that said pretty much drunkenly?
Not drunkenly, but perhaps slightly tipsy.
Okay.
Captain stands up, looks in your general direction. That shadow does seem rather odd. Doesn't seem to be moving with the lights in here.
Okay. Just because he mentioned that, let's make the lantern suddenly flare up brilliantly, then change color to a very creepy pale blue, and then have them flutter down to almost dark.
Can't do that, unfortunately. In your shadow form, you can't speak, and thaumaturgy does require speaking to cast.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's got a verbal component. It's the
Yeah.
only component.
Yep.
You could cast spells that are somatic or not. Yeah, somatic
Yeah.
only. If those that even exist, I'm not sure that they actually do.
Not that I'm aware of. And certainly none that killed us would know.
Or probably any that would be really useful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a small number. 27 out of 792 are somatic only.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so how many of them would be useful in this situation?
Absolutely none of them.
Even if you
So,
could find a useful one, I don't think you know any of them.
yeah, so basically Kildos will try to very slowly and without being overly obvious, we'll just kind of slip into like one of the like armoire or something like that that's there.
Okay. You slip into a nearby armoire, and we'll say at this point you've used about half of your 10 minutes that you have as shadow slip.
Okay.
The captain and the crew that's in there are kind of cautiously walking about the room, looking for any more odd shadows.
Okay. And I still have not been able to find this item.
Correct.
I mean, my gut kind of says it's probably not here. Then maybe they have a place down in the hold where they've got stuff secured.
It is a possibility.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about this. I think when they are all distracted towards another section of the room than specifically where I'm at, I think I'm going to try to slip back out
Okay.
with a 24.
Okay, yeah, you wait for a few minutes, and as you feel your time's running low, you find an opening where they're all looking the other direction, and you're able to slip out.
Okay. And I will try to find like a side port access, like maybe where if they happen to have cannons or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or small portals that lead to the below decks area. Try to slip into one of those before the spell runs out.
Okay. Yeah,
And
you're
find
able to.
myself a convenient spot to flip back into my normal form when it runs out.
Yeah, you're able to do just that. You find a nice quiet corner where there's nobody else. You slip inside and return to normal, and you find yourself in the belly of the ship.
Now I gotta try to sneak around and see if I can find a spot where they might have it below decks. So, trying to be careful not to cause any kind of disturbance. Trying to avoid other individuals below decks. Kolos is going to start investigating.
Oh, okay. Give me an investigation check.
All right. Oh, not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah, so you look around. Doesn't seem to be much of interest down here. The crates and barrels down here seem mostly to be rations that were unused on the last trip, and extra drinks and.
Okay. So yeah, after thoroughly searching the ship to the best of my ability, I think I'm going to have to shadow slip to get the hell out.
Okay.
Because there's no other way for me to be able to get onto the dock. Well,
Mind you, I mean, Semi is still around somewhere. It could probably help you get out.
well, if I happen to see Semi, I would be able to pass a message to him to get to the others. But I don't know if during the course of my investigation, if I would notice him by chance.
Yeah, you would probably be able to see him. He's just kind of hanging around on the docks, leaning up against a stack of crates.
Pretending to count inventory.
Yeah.
In that case, Kildos will be like, Sammy! Sammy!
What? Oh, Eric, what's up?
And I'm going to hold up fingers as I say, 1 captain, 2 crewmates, captain's quarters.
We throwing a boondoggle? You want me to get the others?
I think so, yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. And then Semi will go try to get everybody else and see if we can rally to get after him, maybe.
Oh, okay. So, Nyx and Hero, what are you doing as he comes looking for you?
I was waiting for the light. I'm still like kind of cuddled up close to the ship on the side facing the sea. On my broom, just kind of hiding against the wall.
So you,
I was waiting more for the light signal.
yeah. So you probably didn't hear that whisper exchange.
Probably not.
Nyx, you would
Hi.
find Simi coming towards you after his interactions with Kildas.
Okay.
Nix is just standing ominously, slightly up the dock from the ship, just standing still, staring at people still.
Yeah, I imagine her like
Yeah.
arms crossed, slightly tapping her foot. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna say, Nix, do you know where Hero is? I think we're about to go try and, well,
I think
put the
he's
moves on
hiding
the
over
cap.
there somewhere.
Oh, okay. Like on the ship?
I think so.
Are you want to help me look for him? I think we're gonna go.
Yes. Yeah.
We're gonna go get on board real quick. We'll come up with something, but we're gonna try to get down into the
Okay.
captain's
Yeah.
quarters.
Let's find them.
All right, let's go. So we're gonna look all around the ship, and if it's clear there's no one up on deck, we'll be like whispering, "Here I am."
Fluffy is sniffing them out.
Buffy's no. Oh, perfect, perfect.
Um. Yeah, you don't see him. There are a handful of people still on deck. But Fluffy's able to sniff him out. He's hanging just off the far end of the ship.
He'll run up to you like a dog when you get home.
I'm probably a few feet below the ledge, like cuddled up against the wall. That way nobody would just casually see me.
Fluffy sniffed you out. Okay.
I just look up and I see Fluffy like staring at me.
Yes.
I suppose that's a signal. I'll kind of slowly like levitate my broom up and just kind of eyes peek over the ledge.
Hey, come here.
I'll just kind of pop on real quietly and put the broom away. Back into
Just
the back
imagining
corner.
we just see your forehead come over and your eyes are like really wide and staring.
It's like I'm trying to see Fluffy peek over, like, what the fuck's going on here? How does
Yeah,
happen?
yeah. For real, spook. All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna go try to get up. If Kilhoxie's downstairs, there's two crew and a captain. We're in the captain's quarters. We're just gonna sneak in and see if we can get in with him without a worry.
I'll give a nod. I'll follow suit.
If I can see Kildos through whatever hole he saw me from, or if he is up on deck, if he's still out, I'm just gonna try and signal him with a thumbs up before we go try and sneak on board the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, Kildos will probably have stayed put, waiting for some kind of information. So, should be able to lean over and go, thumbs up.
Seek.
At which
Alright.
point, I'll be making my way up one level, and they'll be making their way straight back, I think.
Yeah, well, Semi knows roughly where the captain's quarters are from when he was moving stuff around on the ship, I would have to imagine.
Yeah.
So I'll lead them down as quietly as I can. We'll probably try to time it for when the deck crew aren't looking. If there's somebody like on guard, we'll just wait until he's not looking exactly at the bridgeway onto the ship, and then we'll kind of walk quietly, but not like, I guess, super stealthily up and on. Because I mean, I could always say that. Well, I guess we could go. We could probably just sneak in. Probably don't need to use the guise of being dock workers anymore. I'll use the dock workers excuse as the last resort. Let's just sneak.
Oh, all right. So you guys are able to keep an eye on a couple of dock workers and ship hands that are still about, and able to sneak past them without drawing any real attention. Um, and you were going straight to the captain's.
Yeah.
Okay. There are still a couple of guards standing outside of that. Just one posted to either side of the door. You approach anyway.
Yeah, we can have Semi approach, and I will follow behind him.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Oh, okay. So you head up over to them. They obviously stop you at the door. What business have you?
Oh, right. I was just sent down here by the dock master. I told me to go speak with your first mate. He's evidently emissaries from I forget what, something important about cargo. And I needed to speak to the captain about.
Oh, the captain's not taking visitors. First mate's handling
Well,
everything.
first mate said this one was urgent. Said that something about it he couldn't handle himself. I'm not sure why.
Oh, then maybe the first mate should come tell us himself.
Scott's honor, he just stepped off the boat and was running away. Something serious. I don't know what to tell you. All I know is that something about it seemed rather urgent. Had a couple of the men upstairs a little spooked. He just said he didn't have time to make it down here himself, but we needed to see the captain right away. And I'll just like kind of start side drooling out of the side of my mouth, like playing like I'm literally a mentally slow dock worker. and then I don't know if I should roll for persuasion or performance on that one.
Yes.
Your choice, but yeah, let me know which one you would rather roll as.
Which one do I have a higher bonus on?
Let's see. They are both +1.
I would say have him roll a performance to possibly get an advantage on persuasion.
All right, there you go. Let's roll performance.
Let's see. Performance roll. You got a 6.
They can see you like trying to spit a little bit to get the drool on your mouth.
If anything, that should add to the stupid look.
It's so bad of an act. It's good.
Exactly.
This guy playing a really stupid guy, or is he really, really stupid? I can't tell. It could be either or.
Since I'm going to consider that to be a fail, then I guess I'll roll persuasion and say, please, I swear it's important. I can't get in trouble again. They won't let me back on the docks anymore.
And for that, you got a 9. They're just kind of looking at you.
And Kildos is going to step in because he sees that this is failing miserably. And he's going, my friend, these two are the type that I am talking about that they need for security.
Oh, okay.
Well done, gentlemen. And he will give a bow. I am Kildos. I'm here actually to speak to your captain about the safety and security of an item that he purchased. Well, no, found, sorry. Found recently.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
What do you need to...
My friend here was attempting to try to trick you, two of you into letting us in without any incident.
Why would we do that?
Precisely what I told him. Which is why I am recommending a direct approach so that we may speak with your captain directly.
Captain's orders have been rather explicit. No visitors.
Yes, but did the captain's orders come with a promise of gold?
I mean, he pays our salaries, so yes?
Yes, but how well does he pay? And he'll pull out a platinum coin and just kind of play around with it in his hand. There could be quite a few of these for the two of you. Name your price.
Look, the sell out to the captain, it costs quite a bit. I kind of look at each other. We're talking like 1,000 platinum apiece.
Fair enough. And Kildos is going to look over at Semi and say, "Oh, you heard them. They're willing to accept a bribe." And Kildos is going to flick the amulet that he has, the light spell, on, out of his pocket and right into their face.
Okay.
Basically attempting to get a serious element of shock and awe
I was about to say,
surprise as we go to
and then-
attack.
And then a roll initiative, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
So I don't know if we'll get an attack off first beforehand, or if we'll roll initiative and we'll start off even footing, or what.
I'm gonna give them disadvantage on initiative rolls, but otherwise it'll be equal footing.
Okay. Killed also, you sexy son of a bitch.
I was thinking about trying to sell that we were from the museum, saying that we were there to collect or something. I don't know if that would have worked or not, especially since I was dressed up like a dock worker.
Probably would have gotten mixed reactions being you had been working on the dock already too.
Right.
If they had seen you at all, they would have known it was a lie instantly.
Okay. Nix, I do need initiative from you as well.
Just finishing up some stuff. I'll come get on my computer for this to make it a little easier for you.
Okay. Okay. And Kildos is up first.
Okay. With spells, are you able to utilize non-lethal damage?
I don't believe so. I believe that's only with like melee weapon attacks.
Okay. Well, in that case, hopefully this does not kill them. Okay, so the 2 guards are there. I don't know. I might have to adjust my positioning for the spell. Yeah, I need to step back one.
Okay.
Can you move the character back? Thank you. Well, and apparently that did not target them, even though it put them in the area of effect. Need me to actually manually target and roll?
No, I'll do a...
Oof. That one dude gets double damage.
Okay. There's that. Samuel, if you have made it to your computer, it is your turn.
I just sat down and typing in the URL.
Okay.
And I'll be right back.
Okay. Is there technically a wall behind these guys, like where the door is and stuff?
Yeah, there would be a wall along there.
I'm going to make some non-lethal, quote unquote, glaive attack.
Okay. Ouch. 15 points of non-lethal damage there. He's still standing. A bit bloodier, though.
Yeah.
Hero.
I will magic missile the other one to try and not kill the weak one. And he got pretty fucked up too.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Gotta stay in the back.
Nix and Fluffy.
I will just give a little poke with my dagger.
You need a bit better of a poke than that. That one misses.
Can I do it again?
Do you have multi-attacks?
Oh, I think that's only because I have. Never mind. Okay. Go on.
Yeah, I think you just get the one attack because you have Fluffy to do stuff.
And then when I attack with my battle axe, you let me do my dagger also.
Oh, did I? I don't know. It's been a
Yeah.
while.
But whatever. Go on.
Yeah, you could probably do that as an offhand attack. I think the battle axe is a single-handed weapon.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what you said. So do it again.
Yeah, go ahead and make another attack with it. That's fine. An offhand thing. Okay. Now, Fluffy.
Right.
$16 will not do it.
Hmm.
One on the left's going to make an attack against Nyx. And one against Simeon, I believe. That one misses.
Yay!
The other one's going to make a couple of attacks against Fluffy. Couple of hits, Fluffy's hurting. And we're back to Kildos.
Yes. I believe that I'm gonna have to switch between the two of these rat bastards. I'm going to Eldritch Blast them.
Yeah, send that blast right into the ship behind him. That one's a bit better, though.
There we go. Just trying to even up the playing field a bit.
Alright, back to Simeon.
Hit him with the whack. Wait, do I have advantage right now? I do, don't I?
Yeah, I think I'd allow that.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Non-lethal glaive attack.
Yeah, you have knocked him out very thoroughly.
From the blood loss, right?
He might never wake up, honestly.
He's just sleeping. Don't worry about it.
I don't think you're supposed to be able to see bone.
Yeah. His neck's open. What do you mean he's sleeping?
That's gallons of blood. He died minutes ago. I didn't know the human body had this much blood in it.
All right.
I'm sure he's fine.
They're sufficiently unconscious right now.
Yes, they are very much out. The rest of the deckhands have kind of run in terror for the few that were still around. They were really not interested in fighting. But you have two unconscious guards and a captain's office door before you.
Well, let's check to see if that door is locked.
Demi cautiously checks the door to see if it's.
A quick jiggle of the handle, it does seem to be locked.
Well, in that case, I suggest that Semi grab his lockpicking tool set, also known as Hero, and have him go to work.
I'll walk up, shimmy my shoulders around a little bit and go to town on that lock.
With ease, you pop it open.
I'll step aside and let him go first since he's gonna do all the talking.
Are you wanting to do the talking, Kildos, or you just want me to behind you, or you want me to go in first?
Oh, I say we continue with the whole concept of shock and awe. You kick the door open, I'm going to throw the amulet into the room.
Bam!
It was fairly dimly lit when I went in earlier.
Hiya! Is that a fucking dragon?
Nah, lizard folk.
Oh, okay. Missed that detail.
And yeah, throw the amulet of light, just wham, right there.
Okay. Let's see.
Wait, we found the reptilians?
Yep,
They were real the whole time. They were always pulling the strings from the shadows.
exactly.
So after they cover their eyes for a moment and let them readjust, you see several lizard folk within the office.
That's more than what was in there before.
We were gone for a bit.
Son of a bitch.
Captain looks at the group of you. Honestly, I thought I expected better of you. Perhaps I was misplaced to put my trust and see you as useful allies.
Who the hell's he talking to?
You, standing in the doorway? Me and everyone else?
Well, you
Yeah.
got me right baffled.
Yeah, it's Kildoss's turn to be completely baffled as well.
You are finally recognizing, it's been a while, who this is. You've went on a salvage mission with this captain before.
Oh, it was. I was wondering if it'd be him or not.
Yeah.
Well, Kildoss hasn't.
Pretty sure he did.
Did he?
Maybe I'm misremembering the timeline, but I thought that was.
It should be because salvage was mission number 12, and I'm pretty sure that
What
was
was it that we were salvaging?
the shipwreck for platinum bars or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were there.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, because I remember something about we had to go. There was like two halves of the ship or something.
yeah, that one.
Man.
Because didn't we keep a bunch of the platinum?
Oh yeah, we did. We kept just enough that we could succeed in the mission. Still, then we sold the rest.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
Walk in just dressed head to toe in like platinum drip.
Well,
Well,
yeah. So yeah, we step in. It's him, and he's like, "I expected better of you.
yeah,
Sorry.
We're thieves. We work for the Thieves Guild. You literally hired us through the Thieves Guild."
is there no honor among thieves these days?
Of course there is, but you're not a member of the Thieves Guild. If you were a dues-paying member, of course there'd be honor.
Not a dues paying member, but user of the services rather frequently, I might add.
Well, as it is, who or whatever it is, you apparently have a rival. Somebody who
Also,
wants to be able to take the item that you have procured and give it to themselves instead of to the museum.
also, to be fair, I didn't recognize your name when we were told which captain was steering the ship.
Eh,
And also, to be extra helpful, the two that were standing guard out there were willing to take a bribe. That's why we dropped them.
how much did you? How much were they wanting?
1,000 each.
Yeah, that's just more than I probably would have paid them in their lifetime.
Still, talking about honor among thieves, I thought there was some among sailors. Anyhow, as I see it, we're in a little bit of a pickle, but not a huge pickle per se. Perhaps a mini pickle. What do you call those? Baby gherkins. Yes. We're in a baby gherkin.
Okay, and what baby gherkin is that?
Well, we have been hired for a ridiculously substantial amount of money to procure the lamp of Ishao for a private collector who doesn't want to see it sitting there rotting in a museum.
Rotting in a museum. Oh no, it's staying there for a week, maybe two, before I sell it myself.
Aha. And exactly how much are you looking to sell this for?
They already have a buyer lined up. He has a offer of 500,000 on the table.
Gold?
Gold.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, hold on.
Was just checking to make sure it wasn't a kingdom's worth of value for one item.
Yeah, so Kildos is barely able to keep a straight face, but he does kind of give a little scratching of his forehead and a glance over at Semi and the other two. 500,000.
You heard me.
Then I propose that we have a renegotiation of sorts. Our client is offering us 50,000 gold to procure it. Now, considering the fact that he is willing to be that cheap for something of that value, it does strike me that he could perhaps hire other mercenaries other than just us. Perhaps you, in your infinite wisdom, and having worked with us prior, might see the benefit of having us be part of your security detail.
Oh, is that so? Think my security is not good enough?
We're here, standing in your room right now, weapons at the ready. Yes, I think your security is perfectly adequate. That was sarcasm, by the way.
So, pay you a day rate of 10 gold pieces each, and all is good.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of matching our current job offer, and you will have us ready to kick anyone's ass who tries to get near it.
So, you come in here wanting to take what I found, what I obtained, and you're wanting in on 10% of it.
Yes, only because we found out that it was actually a friendly that we had run into. If you were just some Tom, Dick, or Harry that we hadn't met before, we'd take it from you. But as it is, that is why I'm making the offer that I am, which I think is a fair and rather generous offer. You do not have anyone as skilled as us on your side. Yet.
Call it professional courtesy, mate.
Indeed.
Well, I do agree that your services would be useful in this situation that we find ourselves in. 50,000 for your work is, how do I put this? Especially given the circumstances, absurd.
50,000 gets your item secured at the Thieves Guild, where it's not going to be taken. The only people who could get in and out are people who are already dues paying associates of the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, and how many of them would be more than happy to lift the lamp for themselves?
Not many, if you think about it. How many of them would want to be barred from the city for life?
Or
The
killed.
Thieves Guild leader was actually lenient and only went with expulsion as opposed to his more appropriate measures. What Semi said.
Remind
If
me.
it's under the official protection of the Thieves Guild, it is as good as being in a king's vault. Better, actually. I think we could get into the king's vault.
Remind me, who all are the group of you, the four of you? Who's all in your party? What are your names? It's been a while. I've had a little bit to drink.
I'm just keeping my cloak good. I'm not going to tell him my name.
You've seen the face, you don't forget the name. You remember who I am?
Samuel? Samuel?
Yes,
Well,
very close.
I've been called worse. I'll take it.
Yes, very close.
Subtle.
And I am Kildos, and these two here in the back are my rather shy associates.
What was it? Nix? Wait, no. You're not with that hero fellow, are you?
Hero?
Yeah, hero.
And Kildos is going to kind of slightly squint as he looks at him. Who?
Yeah, I must be misremembering. I hate that guy. He is the absolute worst.
Yeah, I think you might be thinking about the guy that we lost on a mission not too long ago. He got shot down in the sea.
Wasn't he the one that always wore those grungy outfits?
Something like that.
And he had those ungodly boots. Yes, I remember him. Well, you dealt with him as well?
Well, yeah, he was with you guys last time you worked for me.
Well,
Was
the
that
nice part is he's not with us this time, so no problem.
Was that temporary replacement that we had to have?
I think it was.
Yes, that's when our other professional thief, Gerald, he was under the weather.
Do you know where Hero is up to these days?
Probably running around in the sewers chasing were-rats.
Maybe I should put in a contract so I can speak with him.
Well, we probably could arrange for that.
Yeah? I'll tell you what, if you can get me a one-on-one with Hero, I might consider your offers.
Deal. We should be able to arrange something by the morrow.
He nods.
And Kildos will cross the room and shake his hand. Always a pleasure, Captain. Apologies again for not recognizing you right away.
He shakes your hand back. Just don't let it happen again.
And Kildos will give him a gracious bow. Of course not. And we will head out of there. And as we do, Kildos is going to saddle up next to Hiro and go, so we're going to need you to do a slight outfit change, have a guest appearance as Hiro, and then you'll have to do another outfit change. And
He's going to kill me.
then wear something comfortable. Besides, he's not going to kill you.
He's going to kill me.
I think you're overreacting.
I know I'm not overreacting because we got along fine with him last mission.
Really sure he's not going to kill you. I'm
100% sure he's going to attempt to, at least.
I am, what would you say, Samuel? Solid 90%?
85.
Are
Yeah.
you willing to put money on that? Because I'm taking a sucker's bet if I can.
I mean, I would be willing to put money on that, and I'll lay it on your corpse should the event occur.
I'm 100% confident he is going to attempt to kill me.
I've got 50 gold that says he won't.
That's such chump change, it's not even worth it.
But that's a bet. It's a gentleman's thing.
You're a cheap date, aren't you?
Well, honestly, the whole thing is I have 900 platinum exactly. I hate to mess up such a fine number.
So you have OCD?
I never said I had an OCD.
What's wrong with breaking in 900?
Fine. 100 platinum.
I'll put 100 plat down that says he tries to kill me.
Jesus.
I will put down 100 plat that says he does not.
Well, I'll shake on that.
Deal. I do appreciate the fact that we are currently making a bet that if he lives is the only way that he really has any kind of benefit from it. It's like he has to live, and the guy has to try to kill him.
I mean, I've got plenty of ways to get out of a fight. I just
I like this. This is an interesting bet.
I mean, I know the cards I pulled from the deck.
But the thing that I love is that if he does kill you, I'm still going to get a portion of your money. So
You gotta help the croc.
I'll
Hey, you owe me
lose.
100 of that plat you got off his
I'll
body.
Yeah, I'll
We made a
lose, but I'll
bet.
win. You know. It's like he'll be laying there dead, and I'll be like, okay, so 100 plat. There we go. I will take everything but the 100 plat. There you go.
I will leave that for you. Here's 100 plat you can go die with.
That's right. Hand it over to the riverboat man, Charon.
It's only like 2 gold, like a gold or 2 coins, isn't it? Technically,
Right?
it's like a couple of gold at most.
You go up to him and you whip out nothing but plat, flip him one. He's like, hold on, let me get the nice boat.
I keep the nice boat where I'm back. Come with me.
Boats filled with like all sorts of nice food, drink. There's women everywhere. It's like, damn. Oh yeah, man, we can party on the sticks for like forever. We don't really even have to get you over to the other side right away, you know? Live it up for a few thousand years. How much plat you got? What a way for your character to end. Partying on the river Styx.
And with that bet made, I think this is a perfect
good place to
pausing
stop.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah. And what a way to throw some interesting plot twists into the mix. I like it.